Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am having a little play. Let's have a look what I'm looking for. Okay, yeah, so today I'm having a little play. And been looking at putting some little pieces of ephemera together. These are inspired by all sorts of amazing creators. So Tania from Tatty Treasures, Rose from Journals in Time. Now in the first page layout ideas book, not the one where I ran through the whole process with you, but I just gave you a flip through of one I'd done following Corey Damon. And yeah, absolutely loved it. Well, one of the things I did for that was I looked at some different styles of paper clips. So this one here, Tania from Tatty Treasures the other day was making some ephemera pieces where you could put like a journal card inside of a another shape, and I thought, oh, that looks really cool, and I was starting to make that and realised I cut these dies too big. So I was thinking, oh gosh, what do I do? So I remembered the original video of putting together some paper clips, and again inspired by Kay at the Papershed UK recently, where Kay brought us that beautiful little card with a side pocket, and it just went over the page as a paper clip. So that is what I've decided to do with these. So with the larger circle, I've literally just created a pocket here, put some ephemera on. Now this particular piece here is these wax seals. This is from Craspire. I did an unboxing with Craspire some time ago. This is the Bee Gear wax seal stamp. It's actually become my favourite stamp. So you can see it here. I don't know how well you can see that. But what I've done with that is literally I've used some browns, different colour browns mixed in as wax, and I've put the stamp on, the seal on, and I've just coloured that in some gold pen. And again on that one there is exactly the same, and I'm trying to find the camera. It literally is become my favourite out of the seals. So that is Craspire. I will put a link to their site below. In the original piece I had the seal. I also had, what did I have from Craspire? I had the I had a tree embosser, live tree embosser, which I found it embosses materials and cards and bits and pieces, and I gave you a quick view on how that worked. There was also an octagon marble wax seal mat, which was almost like a piece of marble, a tile, I suppose, and you literally pour your hot wax onto that, and you use your wax seal straight onto that. But these are the waxes. These are the waxes with the seals, and these, I said, are the Bee Gear wax seal stamps. So really love them. I've started doing, I've done another video recently on some of the specimen cards, so using these as pockets on a page. So that video will be up shortly. Really simple concept, absolutely love the look, but specimen cards as a pocket. Then there's a couple of the file folders that I've used just as little pockets here. Now I've used these and I'm using the, oh gosh, what is it? I think I'm going to say it's the stamp from, I want to say Globeland. I think it is Globeland. And it's feathers, and I absolutely love them. So I have used some of that. I've just used some paint splats. I've used some of the Your Creative Studio paper, and again just some wax seals. This one here is, I don't know, hope you can see that, it's a sunflower, so that is pretty cool as well. And again, these can either be used as pockets, so you can attach them to your page like so, and use them as 2 pockets, so one behind and one here. Or you can use them as a text spot, or you can just pop them into a pocket, which is what I actually quite like the idea of. So you've got your pocket here, and you just pop these inside of your pocket here, and you can fill them with lots of goodies. So those were just some of the things that I was playing with here. This came from an idea. Rose from Journals in Time recently did a Christmas in July piece, and it was like a waterfall-y type piece of just cards. So I cut out some squares. I used a Cricut for that, some 3 different sizes in squares, and again I just did exactly the same, some splats of paint, some stamping here with the feather stamp. Now this here, I actually did some stamping onto some vellum paper, which again I've shown before in another video, and I just literally ripped around some of this and popped that on there, so it gives you some texture and some additional colour. And then the second piece here, I did exactly the same. And then the third piece here, I just made a little cluster on that, just with some flowers and some little bits and pieces. And I've attached the whole thing together with a brad. Now, each of the undersides you can journal on. Lots of journaling space. So again, so we've got some splats on, but again, you can either attach that to your page because you've got a brad in that, but I will probably put it inside of a pocket just as an extra piece. So again, I started with this one here. Another thought I did have is, rather than have them all attached here with a brad, is that you could kind of do a bit of a mix shape here, and have the brad through the centre, and then you can kind of move these around, but within that actual kind of, I suppose, fixed space. Really like the idea of that, but I had already pierced these, so I'm not going to get away with it with that, but I will do that, I think, with the next lot of shapes that I pull out. Just put a brad in the middle there, and then again you can move those around. I mean, the fun thing with that is that when you do move them around, you can get little snippets of card. You just won't get as much journaling space as I did on that first piece. So I think I've got some brads here. I have. So again, I'm just gonna pop these in here, here and here, and I'm not putting them too tight because I want these pieces to move so that you can use them as journal cards underneath, but really, really simple, kind of like clustery type things, if you like. But this was the main one I was just going to pick up on, and I kind of thought, well, I may as well take you with me again for the ride on that one. So I've started out with some large circles, and on the die cut or Cricut, whatever you want to use, I've literally did 3 of these, and I've just cut the one in half so that it's given me a pocket space. So again, just some different splats of paper, some of the leaves from Globeland, and I've done that on both the large and the smaller pieces. And then what we're going to do is literally, we're going to get some paper clips. Now I do have some beautiful goldy colour paper clips, that I was sent by the wonderful Deb Hale, and I actually have them in a really special little bottle now, so I do love those, and I could use those, but I'm really mean. I love them, so I don't want to use them, but I'm going to. Deb, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good, and I'm going to use them. See, I just worry about when they disappear once they run out. Okay, so we're going to use this. As I said, I've attached the half circle to the large circle just along the outside corner, so that gives me a nice size text spot in there. And then I'm going to kind of work out where the top is. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to have the top, move that over there. I'm going to count that as our top. And this second piece is going to be attached like that. Super, super, super easy, super quick. So. Now, if you want to, you can secure the paperclip underneath before you glue it, just perhaps with some craft tape, just if you're a little bit worried about that coming off. But I mean, our glitter glue is really, really strong, so yeah, I'm going to pop that there to dry, and I'm going to do exactly the same with this one here. No, turn that over. I want the thicker side on the outside. Okay, so that is pretty much going to be our top. Just pop that over there, put that there, and we're going to glue this piece. Like so. And again, we're just going to pop that over there to let that dry. And with this one here, all we're going to do then is we are just going to decorate that front section. So let me grab some bits and pieces. Trying to keep these pretty generic, so I'm not pulling out too much. Okay, so I think that will do. So again, I'm just going to rip up some pieces. Don't know if I'm going to use these as they are at the moment, but we'll just have a little look and see what we think. I love this paper, but sometimes I think it's a little bit dark. So even though I use it, I just try to use other colours as well with it, you know. So probably have to take that down. That actually looks a lot darker than this one. So let's just take a little bit more off that. Like so. And then we can have a little bit this piano paper. Like so. And then we'll just have a little bit of book page, and this is a very old book page. It's really thick, I love it. So just get a bit of that and a bit of this. And we're just literally looking at adding some texture. I've got a little bit of this ribbon here, that lace here rather, that we could have a look at and see what that looks like. think it might be a little bit light, but who knows? Don't know until you try, do you? Okay, so let's have a look at building a cluster then. So I don't want too much of the brown showing. I think I want some of the book page. So I think something along those lines there might work. Well, that's a bit big. Okay, may have to take some of those down a bit. I'm just going to grungy this so it's not quite so light. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of this off. Take a tad more of this off. And then we might be okay. So just going to pop the lace there, like so. And then this one on top, I'm just using some Fabri-Tac. And then some of the darker piece there, and then some of this piano paper here. Oops, daisy. Okay, it doesn't have to look perfect at this point. I had to change, for those of you who know, I have a tarantula. She's called Pumpkin, and she's a Mexican redknee. She's beautiful, but I had to change her enclosure around today. They, you try to keep humidity in them, and then you've got the danger of their, mould, and then, yeah, long story short, but I needed to kind of clean her enclosure out and add some more substrate and take out some of the rubbish. And so I haven't had her out to hold for such a long time. I was really wussy, and I thought, no, I can do this. And I decided to put her in the bath, not her in the bath, literally put her enclosure in the bathtub, because if she decided to do a runner, then I could, she's not going to be able to run up and down the sides of the bath, so it's the safest option, really. So I decided to do that, and I thought, what, I'm going to have a little. I tend not to take her out and hold her because it's, it's not, it doesn't do anything for them, and there's a risk if you drop them, you're going to really hurt them, and so I tend not to do it. But I thought today, do you know what, I'm gonna do it. But she recently had a molt, and oh my goodness, I didn't realise how much she'd grown. So I managed to get her. I got the enclosure open, and I was looking at it thinking, do I pick her up? And then I thought, nah, she's much bigger. So I kind of scooted her into a smaller enclosure so that I could really get to work on hers. And then I just, wasn't worried about her getting on her nerves or anything. And then I put her back. But then she spent the next half an hour just tearing at the fake plants in an enclosure. She decided she didn't like them anymore where they were, and so she was going to renovate So I'd gone upstairs just to have a little lie down this afternoon after I'd finished her, and there was no chance of sleeping because she literally just did. She wrecked the whole place. But yeah, absolutely fascinating to watch. Absolutely love it. But she can be a little bit sassy. So yeah, that was my afternoon, early afternoon, and then later afternoon it was a case of, gosh, trying to do some housework and sort some bits and pieces out because everything just looks crazy. But I'm on a holiday for a couple of weeks now, so I will have an opportunity to catch up on some tidying up. No matter how many times you tidy your craft room, literally after a project, you're back to square one. So it feels like an endless task, doesn't it? But hey ho, it's all fun and games. So those are my two new ones now, and that is my original one. This one here doesn't fall quite as flat because the paperclip is a lot bigger. But again, yeah, all I did was some splashes of colour. I used, I think, Distress Spray Stain from Ranger, and this was an antique bronze. Make sure you give it a good shake before you use it. And if you've got a splat box, I would highly recommend you use that because it goes all over the place. And then just some stamping. I have the stamp here somewhere, and that's gone walkies now, which just shouldn't surprise any of you, but hey ho. So yeah, just stamped around it. I think I used the walnut stain in the Ranger Distress Oxide. I tend to use the Stays On Timber Brown when I'm stamping, but I didn't want something quite so severe, so I did use the Distress Oxide in the walnut stain. I could have stenciled, it's just as good an option. And then just put these little clusters on with these fabulous wax seals, again from Craspire. I will put the video below. I think with Craspire I want to say that there's a discount code you can use. If there is, it will be in the box below. But yeah, they are fast becoming my favourite stamps. So these just sit literally beautifully over your page like that. Now these are quite a tight fit because they're quite a tight fitted paperclip, but you could also, if you wanted to, add a tab on the top of that, which would kind of then poke out of your journal. But yeah, perfect place for popping in some tickets or some little pieces of ephemera on the go. And then this is the one with the larger paperclip, which goes down your page just a little bit further, but again, perfect for any bits of ephemera or tickets or what have you. So there you go, really simple, over the page altered paper clips if you like, that are also kind of a pocket. You could, if you really wanted to be adventurous, have left this as a journal space. As I said, you could put a tab on here, use different shapes, different, whatever. I have cut out a load of dies recently. So there's just all squarey things. So I've got some more there, but I'm quite fancying doing something with an altered paperclip with some of these jigsaw pieces. So again, the paperclip would kind of like tuck in just behind here, and then you could attach that one on top, so it would really be a hidden paperclip. But But yeah, I think that would look pretty cool. I mean, this is the same card that I used for this, so it does grunge up quite nicely. But yeah, that is the next plan. So yeah, watch this space. I hope you enjoyed. It was a really quick, simple project. I just wanted to share with you guys. I'll leave it at that, but thank you again so much for spending some time with me. Really appreciate it. It's lovely to just talk and kind of hang out with you guys. So yeah, until next time, as always, take care, stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.